and I would like to speak on a couple of predictions that I have for next week's Scream 6, excuse me. So, I said this on my gut reaction. Prepare yourselves for this sequel to present the last Jedi of the Scream franchise. I don't think that they have a genuine, gripping story to tell. I fear that much like last year's 2022 rendition, it'll be just a clump of scenes loosely strung together with dental floss and used chewing gum. If you think a sequel that released just 1 year after the previous installment is gonna deliver anything but a cow pie, you are huffing paint through your mouth and snorting glue through your nose. That didn't work for Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Halloween, all the films that Scream 2022 rattled off while defending the sacred requel. Not quite a remake, not quite a sequel, but most definitely a shameless ripoff. And speaking of, honestly, if last year's Scream revival didn't reignite the old magic, what in the hell is this latest cash grab supposed to do? They're definitely going to play up the leading lady's lineage to Billy Loomis in order to add some semblance of drama, but I highly doubt that the filmmakers have anything else to bank on as far as tension or plot. Which, speaking of, I'm going to make this bold prediction. I'm going to say that they're actually going to pull the trigger on her, the leading actress, actually turning to the dark side. And believe me, I'm only stating this because with a tight deadline of 1 year that the writers have painted themselves into after last year's franchise revival, they're throwing down this wild card out of pure desperation and a whole lot of nothing the hell else going on. Now, this would obviously affect any sequel potential for this character, but I wouldn't be surprised if they honestly would be willing to make the gamble because they're betting everything on Jenna Ortega going forward. Which, by the way, good luck with that. Wednesday Addams has the screen presence of atmospheric germs and the height to match. As far as the rest of the meat sacks that comprise the cast of Scream 6, I'd like to say something witty and scathing, but I just imagine that they'll be about as unmemorable and interchangeable as the roster from the last film. I mean, again, to be fair, apart from the first film and to a small degree the fourth movie that we just watched, the series has always struggled to craft well thought out, fleshed out, pun intended, relatable characters. Like, we just, again, me and Tramadom watched Cocaine Bear, and I didn't want any of the characters in that movie to die because they were actually pretty funny. Again, going back to my gut reaction for the trailer for Scream 6, if that trailer was so brazenly promoting the number of other movies' scenes that they're outright stealing to the point of damn near flaunting it, I caution moviegoers to not make a drinking game out of, hey, remember this? Honestly, like, buckle your seatbelts, movie lovers, because you're in for a bumpy ride down Nostalgia Boulevard. They're most definitely going to kill Gail because why the hell would they keep her around now that the series handlers have either killed off characters on screen or killed any hope of a proper salary off camera. Hint, hint. The killer is going to have some lame motivation and prove a dud of a villain. I mean, you think they'll go for two killers? Again? For a fifth time? I bet they'll rip off Judgment Night all the way with barging into people's apartments begging for asylum. The killer might gut him some gang members. They might replace the sewers for the subway where the survivors are skulking around the underground tunnels to evade Ghostface. Judgment Night is a movie from the early 90s with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Emilio Estevez, a drama. drama thriller. It's hard to give predictions on the film because it honestly is more about what the film isn't going to do than what it is. I just like they have this nonsense where, oh my god, they have an entire setup of trophies, or yeah, like a glorified trophy case of every other killer in the franchise. And you know what? Having mentioned that, that's probably what they're gonna do. They're gonna lean even harder into not just the, hey, remember this from other films. They're gonna lean hard into that, probably with aspects of the series throughout. And they think that'll be really clever because it'll be quote unquote paying homage. No, like 6 movies in, I think that it's too late to do that, to have a lore binder, for a mythos binder for the franchise. I think that they're going to try to do, again, pay homage, just because they don't have anything, which reeks of insecurity, because if you had your own story to tell, you'd be more focused on that. You would be dedicating your screen time to that. But they just want to use homages, which are really just in-universe ripoffs, in order to fill up screen time and to make you think that, hey, you know what? We're fans of this just like you. They did that a lot in Scream 5, Scream 2022. They brought back dead characters as ghost figures. Oh god, so cringe. So again, it's hard to make predictions, not just because I'm not overcome with plot details, but if they're the same handlers as last year, if they're rushing this into an annual release, and not giving themselves time to even digest what the response was to Scream 2022, I don't see this movie delivering. Again, the fact that it's going to be in New York they're probably gonna, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, have a bunch of like New York references or whatever, just to try to play up the humor, because they will be completely lacking in the horror.
If you're resigned to your fate, time to subscribe to your fears.
Warn your friends. Warn everyone.